Greetings and salutations. My name is Jason O'Brien, and I'm the primary lead for Listening Ear. I want to thank you for volunteering to join us in service this summer at the Summit. I would also like to thank you for taking your time out to view these training videos, as they will be very important to help you understand your role as a Listening Ear staff member. This will be a three-part video series. In the first video, we will go over what an encounter is, as well as what the handoff and escort entail. The second video will go through the flow of an encounter, and this is from the time that a person interacts with Listening Ear for the first time until the point of completion of the visit. The third video will focus specifically on making a handoff and escorting an individual to services beyond what Listening Ear can provide. In simple terms, an encounter is when Listening Ear is helping someone in need. It's easy to talk about what Listening Ear's encounter is not. We don't need to document when someone simply comes and asks us a question, perhaps about the schedule, needing some directions, or even just having a friendly conversation with someone they haven't met before. What an encounter truly is when someone in need of services finds their way to Listening Ear, or maybe Listening Ear finds them, and we begin to help them with their struggle. Listening Ear's role is new for 2019. In Jamborees past, Listening Ear encompassed all areas of care. But for 2019, Listening Ear will be Tier 1. We have the greatest number of personnel spread throughout the Jamboree site to be able to be easily available for those in need. At the point that we recognize that they may need more intensive services, we look at Tier 2. This is known as Base Camp Mental Health and is located in the Base Camp medical facilities in each camp. Base Camp Mental Health has licensed professionals who specialize in mental health needs. Tier 3 is the Jamboree Health Center located in D1. It is the equivalent of an on-site hospital. In Jamborees past, Safe from Harm and Listening Ear were closely linked and often worked side by side. However, in 2019, Safe from Harm will be its own department, and Listening Ear will be passing any concerns about Safe from Harm issues on to Tier 2 for reporting. So when the participant meets Listening Ear, that's when our services begin. And it's important that we remember to use the term participant. And that term may translate differently in different languages. But it is the term that we use to identify someone who has come to the Jamboree. What we do not want to use is terms that refer to needs such as patient and client. Especially in English, these are more medical terms that are more serious in nature, and they also imply that some form of therapy may be given, and that is not the role for Listening Ear. Handoff and escort. Why do we hand off? In video 3, we will go into much more detail about situations that require a handoff and procedures. But simply put, we hand off when the services that an individual participant needs are greater than what we can provide. For example, great mental distress. They have a medical need. They could be injured and in need of immediate medical services, and Listening Ear might be the easiest person for them to find. We can request transport if needed. There may be a religious need, and as Listening Ear staff, we may have some expertise, but we reserve the specific services for those religious needs to the specific faith and beliefs area of the participant. Administration and organizational needs refer to when there may be something wrong with a tenting assignment or locating supplies. We definitely want to listen to the person to understand their needs, but it may be that we would not be able to solve their problem. Instead, we help them to find someone who can. Listening ear is not intended to manage any legal issue or code of conduct issues. When we recognize that there is illegal behavior or a violation of the code of conduct, we will hand off this situation to Tier 2, the base camp mental health personnel. When in doubt, ask a listening ear staff member. If you're not sure whether something constitutes the need for handoff, please refer to your station chief. The other thing that it's important for us to do is to recognize as soon as possible when a handoff is needed. We can understand that someone who is very distressed will only be further frustrated if they have to repeat their circumstances over and over. So if we can identify early, we can get that person to the services that will be able to help them best. This is the end of video 1. Thank you for your time. The next video will be covering encounter flow.